Hello and welcome to today's January 31st daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. On this channel, I keep you in the loop on what's really going on in Washington, D.C. with President Biden, his stimulus package, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, I can't believe January's already over. The $15,000 giveaway that Casey and I are doing ends in less than 24 hours. And Casey and I are just so grateful for all of your support and also the support of amazing video sponsors. I'll make sure to leave a link below. Also, I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, Extra Card, and I'll tell you about a very unique way to use their card to improve your financial life and your credit later in today's video. All right, now some breaking news out of Washington, D.C. Democrat lawmakers have admitted that with everything going on with Biden's Build Back Better bill negotiations starting again, the need to quickly put in a new Supreme Court judge while Democrats control the ability to do so, and a looming deadline of February 18th, the Democrats are wondering, are we going to be able to avoid another government shutdown? So this is the breaking news right now, is Democrats are admitting the February 18th deadline may be coming too quickly. Now, you thought we were done with this and that you could breathe easy when it comes to another government shutdown. However, I told you back in December that Congress only passed a temporary bill again. Congress now needs to pass a full government resolution for all of 2022. Or pass another temporary omnibus bill, or what they call a continuing resolution. The only one that they fully funded in December was for the military spending, right? The Department of Defense, the Pentagon, things like that. Now, I have to admit, these stopgap bills for temporarily funding the U.S. government are getting kind of annoying. Every 90 days, people on government benefits like Social Security, healthcare, SSI, SSDI, veterans, and on and on and on, have to stress about whether the government is going to shut down, whether Democrats and Republicans are going to work together or fight each other and use it as leverage. It's getting super annoying, but we're 18 days from that being a reality once again. Now, Republicans jumped in last minute to help get enough votes to pass the temporary continuing resolution bill. However, bad feelings between Republicans and Democrats has only gotten worse since December. So, will Congress be able to avoid a government shutdown in the next 18 days? It's a real worry and something that I'll be updating you on regularly. All right, now I have a lot of important information about the stimulus package and more Washington, D.C. news to share with you. But first, let me tell you about today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, Extra. Whether you're new to credit or have some old credit that needs cleaning up, the Extra debit card might be right for you. Your credit score can impact being approved for an apartment, buying a home, the size of down payment required for a new car, cell phone, or utilities. Extra is the first debit card that builds your credit and earns rewards just like a credit card. What I really like is the Extra connects to your existing bank account, so there's no credit check and you can't spend more than you have. So here's how it works. You spend like normal and Extra spots your purchases. Then they pay it off using your money the next day. At the end of the month, they tally it all up and report it to the credit bureau while allowing you to earn points. Earn up to 1% in points for everyday purchases and spend your points at Extra's exclusive rewards shop. So sign up for Extra with the link in my description and start building your credit with a debit card. Yes, a debit card. I just think that the Extra card is so neat and wanted to share it with my community. All right, now let's get back to today's news update. Several advocacy groups are saying President Biden needs to give more attention to inflation and high gas prices, or the American people could be in real trouble this summer. The average national gas price in the United States as of today is $3.36 a gallon. Now, admittedly, the price of gas has come down where I live. However, statistical data tracking groups such as GasBuddy say the United States could go from where we're at now to paying an average of $4.13 a gallon by summertime, as more and more people are moving around, getting back to the office, or planning to go on vacation. So there needs to be something done, or else we're going to see the price of gas go up by 80 to 90 cents on average. Now, former head of energy under President Trump, a man by the name of Stephen Moore, said President Biden could be doing more to alleviate the hurt at the gas pump. Mr. Moore said data while he was in office showed that the United States is a gold mine for natural resources. Studies that he worked on showed that there are 300 years of oil and natural gas in the ground of property owned by the United States government. He said the country needs to rethink using nuclear energy since it is so clean, and new nuclear reactors are nothing like Fukushima or Chernobyl, so nuclear could be a great option for helping reduce the cost of energy here in the United States. Plus, Mr. Moore said there's a lot of good paying jobs in the energy sector that could come online very quickly if the United States shifted its focus from being energy dependent back to being energy independent. So basically getting away from buying so much from OPEC and from Russia. Now, the White House has announced their first candidate on their list for a potential new Supreme Court judge. Her name is Judge Michelle Childs, and she currently serves as a district judge in the state of South Carolina. I'm sure hers is just the first name of many, but wanted to let my community know about that. Now, regarding the next stimulus package or Biden's spending bill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said she plans to ignore progressives in her party that are demanding she declare a date that this will be done by. Pelosi said the bill needs to be worked on, and it will come down to getting enough votes. That's when the bill will be ready. So basically, Pelosi is saying, listen, I'm not going to say it's going to be tomorrow. I'm not going to say it's going to be in 60 days. The bill will be done when it's good and when it can get enough votes. And so she's basically pushing back on the progressives within her own party. Representative Jayapal said not having a date is a mistake, because parents are being crushed by childcare expenses every day, and people need their drug prices lowered, especially insulin. So basically, Pelosi and Jayapal are having a difference in opinion when it comes to establishing a date that they can work towards when it comes to the Build Back Better stimulus package. Now, White House communication person Jen Psaki was asked about the Build Back Better bill and appointing a new Supreme Court judge at the same time, and whether there was too much on the plate of the Senate. Psaki said the White House can chew gum and walk at the same time. It won't be an issue. However, Democrat Jim Manley said the Senate needs to get their act together on the Build Back Better bill if they want votes next November and a happy country. He said vetting and voting in a new Supreme Court judge is about to suck all of the oxygen out of the Senate and make it very hard to pass the Build Back Better stimulus bill. He said Democrats need to focus on a spending bill that helps the most people while getting the most votes. Now, when he says that, I assume he means the most votes in the Senate and not the most votes in the midterm election, but I could be wrong. Psaki said the president is ready to sign a bill right now. So basically, President Biden wants this bill done ASAP. A new poll showed that only 1% of the country believes the economy is in excellent condition right now. If I had to guess, the person they got on the phone was probably wealthy or making good money, but still, only 1% of the country thinks the economy is excellent. That was kind of shocking for me, I'll be honest, and I'm in finance. Okay, it's been discovered that the bridge in Pittsburgh that collapsed just hours before President Biden's infrastructure speech in Pittsburgh wasn't even on the list of bridges to be repaired with the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill money. Now, if a bridge that collapsed wasn't on the list, imagine how bad the bridges and roads are that are on the list. They need to get that money out, right? And with springtime coming, those jobs will ramp up and we should see that money starting to be deployed into the economy. But yikes, that bridge wasn't even on the list. All right, elections were held last week in the country of Portugal, and the Socialist Party of Portugal won the election. They are promising to raise the pay of workers and push for a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day work week. When asked, how will you pay for the higher wages for workers working less days? And the party said, by taxing the people more. That sounds to me like pay more for less days of work and then tax people more. To me, it sounds like in the end, the government is going to be the real winner, collecting more tax money. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet, right? Okay, let's head north to Canada. The Freedom Trucker Rally in Canada continues with hundreds of trucks in Ottawa honking their horns and upwards of 50,000 Canadian citizens waving their flags as they peacefully protest. The truckers are sick of the COVID passports and forced vaccine mandates. However, Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, said he won't bend because the shots are highly effective and the truckers need to bend to his ideas. In other breaking news, triple vaccinated Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada has tested positive for COVID while hiding from the truckers. Now, that's a true story, and it's absolutely full of irony. Okay, you should be aware that truckers in the United States are considering a similar boycott and a caravan to Washington, D.C., which could further disrupt the supply chain issue Pete Buttigieg says doesn't exist. However, you and I know, and the grocery store shelves testify that there is a supply chain issue still here in the United States. Now, regarding the U.S., Ukraine, and Russia situation, President Biden said out of caution he will send troops to Europe, but plans to add extensive sanctions on Russia. And if Russia makes a move on Ukraine, he will impose extreme sanctions. A new poll revealed that over 70% of Americans think the United States should not get involved with the Ukraine-Russia situation beyond sanctions. The stock market is mostly green today, with stocks seeing a nice rebound in most sectors. Even Bitcoin and Ethereum, that we were told was going into a dark winter, is having a very rapid bounce back. So we'll see if it's all sustainable, or is this the dead cat bounce and then it drops even more. Only time will tell. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. It's hours and hours of research to bring you an up-to-date situation on what's happening in our country in as short a video as I can. Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Lots going on. Supreme Court judge pick, stimulus package finalization and improvement, government shutdown possibly in the next 18 days, Russia, Ukraine. Can the Senate handle it all? Only time will tell, and I'll be here each and every day to keep you in the loop on what's going on. Now, before you go, make sure to get your name entered to be one of the 22 winners of the $15,000 in cash that Casey and I are giving away, thanks to generous video sponsors. I'll make sure to leave a link in the video description and pinned comment below. Also, check out XtraCard. What a great way to earn rewards and build your credit similar to a credit card while using a debit card with no checking on your credit score. It's absolutely cool. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing, just in case no one tells you that today. Hey, I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.